Hi, my name is Debra Loder, and I am the Registered Dietitian Nutritionist here at Wickenburg Community Hospital in Wickenburg, Arizona. And we're coming to you today to answer some of the questions that have been posed to us over the last few months during my different presentations. First, I'd like to give you my contact information if you would like to make an appointment. You can call either my scheduler directly, and that number is 928-668-1811, or you can call the hospital main line, which is 928-684-5421, and ask for extension 1150. My scheduler's name is Sandy, and she would be glad to help you schedule an appointment and is happy to help you learn how you can possibly get reimbursed for some of the fees. So if you're interested in that, once again, her direct line is 928-668-1811. So here we go. We'll start off with our first question, which is,
what is a registered dietitian nutritionist, and what is the difference between an RDN and a dietitian?
okay, well, let me first tell you that every dietitian is a nutritionist. That every nutritionist is not necessarily a dietitian. So a dietitian, in order to become a registered dietitian, one has to have a 4-year degree in dietetics or nutrition, and then do an internship program. My internship was 11 months, and then after that, you sit for a national examination, and you have to pass that. And then we have to keep up our continuing education, which is currently 75 continuing education hours each 5 years. For a long time, we were simply registered dietitians. But then the Academy for Nutrition and Dietetics a few years ago added the word nutritionist so that we would make sure that all bases were covered. There are people that call themselves nutritionists, and they may have a degree or they may not have any education, but they say that they're a nutritionist. So in order to make sure that you're talking to someone who is giving you really good nutrition advice, seek out a registered dietitian, nutritionist. But I'll warn you that some of us stay with just registered dietitian. So registered dietitian and registered dietitian nutritionist are sort of the same thing.
All right, what role does medical nutrition therapy play in preventative medicine and disease management?
So medical nutrition therapy is what an RDN does. It's what we do. There are people that are therapists that help you when you have depression or something like that, and they provide therapy. So what we do is provide medical nutrition therapy, meaning that we're basing that therapy on how medicine and nutrition work together. A registered dietitian nutritionist can teach a patient about how their diet affects any diseases that the patient might have. So things like diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, those are a few of the examples that we help people with. But we also help to prevent those same diseases or others. We hear the term, well, diabetes runs in my family. So if that's the case and you don't have diabetes, a registered dietitian nutritionist can help you change your diet and your exercise program so that you may not get diabetes. So that's why we can do both, helping you through a disease or helping you to prevent a disease through proper nutrition.
All right. How can seeing a registered dietitian nutritionist benefit your nutrition lifestyle?
Okay, well, there's a few things that we do. First, we can look at how you're eating now. And we look at that based on, you can do a food journal, or you can just tell us what you eat. So we look at that and we see find things that maybe you might want to change to make your diet more healthful. So we will discuss those changes that you might want to consider. We'll set goals, help you set reasonable goals for improving your diet or losing weight or improving your labs, whatever you need to do. And another thing that we do, which is really important, is we provide accountability to help you meet your goals. That's one of the things that is so hard with dietary changes, is if we don't have someone to talk to about, how you're doing, just like you would talk to your physician about a goal, you can talk to a dietitian who can help you be accountable and help you meet your goals.
We hear that eating a healthy diet can help strengthen our immune system to help us fight viruses and disease.
So this is really important today as we're facing COVID and other viruses, flus, the cold season, all of the things that we're bombarded with on a daily basis. Yes, a healthy diet along with regular exercise can help you maintain a healthy weight. And all of these three things work together to strengthen your immune system and to help defend against disease. So a healthy diet, regular exercise, and maintaining a healthy weight are very important. A diet that is rich in phytochemicals, which are a very important food compound, it's really important to the immune system. We're finding more and more that the immune system and these phytonutrients work together to help prevent something called I'm sorry. Well, I just lost it. To fight inflammation. I'm sorry. So we find that the phytonutrients really help us to fight inflammation, and inflammation is damage to our bodies, and that causes all sorts of problems. If you think about it, arthritis is inflammation. If you have a surgical scar, that's called inflammation. So these phytonutrients really help to defend our body against inflammation and help improve our immune system, thus helping to prevent or at least lessen the effects of COVID or any other disease.
How would one go about knowing what vitamins they may be lacking in their diet?
Okay, well, there's a few ways that we can figure that out. Several vitamin and mineral deficiencies can be detected by lab tests. So you can ask your physician to tell you more about that. They will do blood work, and that will show if you are lacking in a specific vitamin or mineral. The two that I think about right now are vitamin B12 and vitamin D. And those, as we get older, those are really important vitamins to pay attention to. So that can be one way to ask your doctor to do labs. Another thing is if you keep a food journal of several days and then review that with a dietitian, the dietitian can help you first determine what vitamins and minerals you may be lacking in. For example, if you never drink milk, then you might be lacking in calcium. However, if you eat other foods that have calcium in them, you may not be. So we can help you determine what you might be lacking in. And then we can help you find foods that are good sources of specific vitamins and minerals, and we can recommend a supplement if necessary. So all of those things we can work together with you to make sure that you don't have vitamin and mineral deficiencies.
What should I bring to my first appointment with an RDN?
Good question. So if you have current lab tests, you can bring those. I love it when a patient will come to me and they will have the last set of labs right in a folder ready for me to review. So that's the first most important thing. The next thing is a weight history. When I see a patient for the first time, I always ask, what is your highest weight as an adult and what is your lowest weight as an adult? and have you lost or gained any weight in the last 3 months? And then we can discuss why that might be. Now, some of my elderly patients, we don't want them to lose weight, and maybe they have lost weight and we want to look at that. And maybe it's someone who wants to lose weight, and we can look at that, how the pattern of weight loss and gain has gone over the course of their life. The next thing is a food journal. That is really an important thing to have, to look at, so that we can figure out together what you usually eat and what things you might want to change. I always do what we call a 24-hour diet recall. So as we're sitting together, I would say, okay, what did you eat for breakfast yesterday, lunch yesterday, dinner, and your snacks? But that is one day. So I love it when someone keeps a record for maybe 5 days, especially if they bring some meals, a record of what they eat during the week, and then a couple of weekend days, because we tend to eat differently on the weekends. And the last thing that I would say is an open mind. Talking about nutrition can be uncomfortable for some people, because I think people think that we dietitians tend to judge them based on what they eat. That's not the case at all. We don't judge you. We just want to help you. So if you come with an open mind and a willingness to work with the dietitian and hear what the dietitian has to say, and to provide feedback for us, that is a really good thing. And so we just love that open-mindedness.
How do you know when it's time to make an appointment to see an RDN?
Okay, another really good question. Well, I would say there's some really obvious things. When you have concerns about your blood glucose, maybe your doctor has said, you know, your blood glucose is a little high, and so he will order something called a hemoglobin A1C blood test, and that shows your blood glucose over the course of the last 3 months. So if that comes back high and the doctor says, you know, your blood glucose is pretty high and your A1C is high, then you might want to make an appointment to see a dietitian to see how we can help you with that. Another thing that your doctor might talk to you about is your blood lipids, and that would be your cholesterol, your triglycerides. So you might want to see a dietitian if your doctor says, you know, you need to watch the fat intake so that you can get your blood lipids in line. You might make an appointment to see a dietitian. If you have concerns about your weight, that would be a good reason to see a dietitian. If your appetite has changed, or your food intake, if you're craving more, or if you're eating more, if you're worried about the quality of your diet, those are all really good reasons to see a dietitian, so that you can check it out and see how you're doing. A dietitian can also help you. You know, right now, a lot of us are stress eating because of COVID, and I've heard people refer to the COVID-15, meaning people are gaining on average of 15 pounds because they're stressed out about COVID. Well, yeah, that's a good reason to see a dietitian, because we can not only help you with eating the right foods, but we can help give you strategies for preventing stress eating, and do some more mindfulness and things like that will help improve your diet.
Do I need a doctor referral to make an appointment?
Well, no, you don't have to have a doctor referral. You can always see an RDN without a referral, and you can make that appointment, and you can pay, and maybe you'll get reimbursed by your insurance company. But if you want to submit to your insurance company, it's always a good idea to have a referral from your doctor that has a specific code which describes your diagnoses related to your nutrition health. We are now getting me on a lot of insurance programs, and when you call to make an appointment, that is something that Sandy can help you with. I do see patients who have Medicare, and and then there's always private pay as well. So those are things that Sandy can help you when you call her to make an appointment. And once again, her phone number, her direct line, is 928-668-1811. So I hope that all of this helped answer your questions. And if you have other questions and you want to type them in, I'll take just a second to answer any questions that you might have. We plan another series of salad videos upcoming, and so we'll be filming those and editing those so that we can post those on social media as well as on the website. So if you're interested in more salads, we'll be doing that. Our next month's topic is
nutrition and inflammation.
So nutrition and inflammation. So I mentioned inflammation a few minutes ago. So that would be a really good topic to watch next month. I think it's on July 15th.
Yes.
And so if you can tune in that day for Facebook Live, and we'll talk more about those phytonutrients that I mentioned and go into more detail about that. So do we have any questions, Monique?
I think we got our questions answered.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're doing great.
Great. Okay. Well, once again, thanks for tuning in today. And then we will have a series of films about salad making, and those will be coming up shortly. And July 15th, we'll talk about nutrition and inflammation. So I hope you all stay healthy and safe and cool in this hot weather. Wear your mask, stay socially distanced, wash your hands, and we'll see you in a month or so. Bye-bye.